Hello, family. It is cruise news time. Carnival is sick and tired of all of the fights, all of the brawls, all of the weed smoking, and they are implementing newer and stricter protocols. Let's hear what the president of Carnival Cruise Line has to say about it.
Hi, I'm Christine Duffy, president of Carnival Cruise Line, with an important message for our guests. We've all seen the news coverage and social media posts of people behaving badly. It's happening in stores, restaurants, at sporting events, in schools, on airplanes, in theme parks, and yes, on cruise ships too. As the cruise line that sails more children and families than any other, I want to share with you the steps that we have taken to ensure that our guests have a safe, fun, and great vacation on board. My colleagues and I have been reviewing and updating security procedures, providing additional training to our crew, and enhancing guest communications to support the behaviors we expect on our ships. All of our ships have had more security personnel added, and we've introduced narcotic sniffing dogs at home ports to screen luggage on both a routine and random basis. So our guests shouldn't be surprised if they even see dogs come on board at both our home ports and destination outports to make random searches. Illegal drugs, including marijuana, on cruise ships and in cruise terminals is prohibited. And in case there's any confusion, let me remind guests that while marijuana and cannabis products may be legal in some states, we are required to follow federal law, irrespective of the law in the state where you may be boarding your ship. For guests using medical marijuana, you should consult with your physician about an alternative therapy during your cruise, as marijuana, as I said, is prohibited and will be confiscated. All guests must now acknowledge and commit to our code of conduct during the check-in process. So whether it's smoking, illegal substances, or disruptive behavior, there are consequences in place for those who do not comply, including fines, being confined to your cabin, or being removed from the ship and banned from sailing in the future. We've also implemented a youth curfew, and I've even called in the big guy, and by that I mean our Chief Fun Officer, Shaq O'Neill, to help us get the message out. In addition to the new signage that we've put in the terminals and on the ship, you'll see a series of video messages from Shaq on your stateroom TVs, reminding guests of our policies and our collective responsibility to have fun and be safe. Details on all safety and security policies are included in our ticket contract, which you should review prior to booking. We know how to show our guests a great cruise experience, and our ships are full of fun-loving guests. That's why we're so successful and why guests keep coming back. So please help us make sure your Carnival vacation is safe, fun, and memorable by respecting each other, our crew, and the ocean. Now, with all that said, let the fun begin. Thank you for your support.
So what do you think, guys? Do you think that people will adhere to these new protocols, or as always, people always try to get around it somehow? Leave something in the comments and let me know. Sticking with Carnival for this week's news, the Carnival Fun Times is back. Yes, the Carnival Fun Times is back. If you do not know what that is, if you have not sailed Carnival before, the Carnival Fun Times is the document that they put in your room that will have the schedule of events for the day. And this was confirmed by Carnival's brand ambassador, John Hell. And he wrote this: many of you have written to me over the past month saying how much you miss the fun times being delivered to your cabin. So I must say a massive thank you to the Beards, the owners, for listening to the comment I sent them. So in the days and weeks ahead, we will provide a printed version of the fun times in the cabin mailbox the night before. So those people who don't want to just go through the app, now they have this opportunity once again to have this in their hands. Sometimes people like to keep it as a souvenir. Sometimes people like to outline it and be able to really plan out their day by having that in their hand. And so for those people who wanted it, it is back. So this is the news for this week. Can you do me a favor? Like, comment, subscribe. Click on the notification bell to be informed of future posts. And until next time, family, happy travels.